So what we usually do to get started is to just explain what you're seeing on the screen, and then we'll show you the basics of selecting clips. So iMovie has two main windows, and there's a window down here, a window up here, and then this is where you're seeing the video that you're creating or the video that you've taken. The window down here is a set of all the clips that you have imported. So every time you do a separate import, and remember I was naming each of the sets, that's what it is here. This is interviews on the street 1, interviews on the street 2. And so when you click between them, you get a set of all the interviews you took. When you hit that start and stop button, each one becomes a separate clip. And what you're seeing here is little thumbnails from every so often during the clip. Each individual clip is when you stop and start the camera. So each of these, what iMovie calls these, each of these sets of clips is an event. So this is the event library, and these are events. Each of our set of interviews was an event. The way you look at the events, you move your mouse pointer to wherever you want to start, and you get this red line that goes across the clip. And so as you move the mouse, it goes the speed that you're moving the mouse. Now, if you just want to listen to what they were saying, is you move the mouse and your red line to right where you want to have it, and then you just hit spacebar. So that's the very basics of navigating and seeing the video that you already created. Then you have this window, and this window is the project. And this is where you are going to create your finished video, okay? You find the clip that you want, and you just hold the mouse button down, a yellow box. That takes the part of the clip you want from down there. You get a little hand when you move the mouse over it. Hold the mouse button down and drag it up here. Okay? And so now this, it doesn't delete it down here. All your raw footage is always kept exactly like it is, no matter what you do to it up here. It just copies it up here to your project. And you can muck about with this stuff, like we could start from where you say all children in the exchange, and just like down here, you can click, hold the mouse button down, you get that yellow box, and then you can just, all I'm going to do is hit the delete key. And the trick is finding where you want to, what part of the clip you want and what they're saying. And the easiest way to edit that we found when you start out is to pull a little more than you need from down here, and then when you're up here you can just use that yellow box to cut out, just like I did, to make it so that it starts and ends exactly where you want it to.
So now that we've got just some of the basic clips that we want to put together into a movie, if you just know this, then you'll be able to put together a movie, which is getting the clips, title screens, and fades, so transitions. We almost always have a title screen at the beginning, and then you could either do between these clips a title screen that describes who's coming up next or whatever, or you can just directly transition between the two. There's a little T right here, it's the third one in. The T is for title screen. So you click on that, and then the title screen options come up. For both the title screens and the transitions, there's just a whole bunch of templates that Apple's put together for all the most common things you'll use it for. And the centered title screen usually goes at the beginning of the thing. So you'll pull it up, bring it from here, bring it up, and can everybody see this green line at the end? Wherever that green line is where it's going to drop it. So you want it at the beginning, just up here. So basically now when we drop that in, then you have the option to write some text here. So you can always play these things right up here, this little play button, and just look at it, what it's going to look like. So anytime you're editing this stuff, when you want to do sound or clip editing or something, this is the key right here, this little blue box. Can everybody see that down at the bottom of the clip? That's always, if you're wondering, like, if you forget how to do something and you're thinking, how do I adjust the clip or how do I do the volume or something, just always go here first. Every time you're on it, no, it's just anytime you're on that clip, it appears in the corner.
Oh,
So
okay.
anywhere on the clip that you put the red line. On this one, is it just clip adjustments? Yeah, so I just went to that and said clip adjustments, and then it says duration. So right now it's at 4 seconds. I can just type in a 6 and hit enter, and it'll make it 6 seconds. But let's say you want to pull in one of those generic music things, and you have like 6 seconds of music or whatever, then you want to make it fit the music exactly, then you can just make this the duration of the music. So that's a title screen. Now the other type of title screen we use is the identifier at the bottom of the screen. So a lot of times when you're doing the personal stories, underneath them for seconds identify who they are, which is a pretty effective way to, if you're doing multiple stories, to identify the person. So what you do is the name of it is soft bar white, so you just go down to this one and you just pick it up and just drop it on the person's video who you want to identify. You just go right on like that, and then that's how it's going to appear. What we do is we do it really prominently, but then only do it for a few seconds. Okay, so those are the two types of title screens. So this is the T is the title screens. These are the two most common things you're going to use probably. This title screen and the transitions. The transition is the little hourglass looking thing here. So you just click on the hourglass and you get the templates for the transitions. I think usually the most commonly used templates are in the upper left. So same with the title screens. You just click on the one you want to use and the green line will appear. So you want it to appear between these two clips. So that's where you want to drop it.
Now, there's another really nice effect in iMovie. It's called Ken Burns. He pioneered the technique of moving the camera over the document so that it seems to move. So when he's talking about the letter from so-and-so to his wife, the camera pans slowly over the document while you look at it, rather than just seeing it statically. Well, you can do this. Ken Burns is in iMovie, and you can do that in iMovie, and you can do it with a still photo or with a video. So it gives you the same crop box, like a green one here, but it also gives you a red box there, and then it gives you, then you see a arrow that goes between the green box, which starts, and the red box, which ends. And the viewpoint of the camera is going to shift from that green box towards that red box very slowly. So it's going to Ken Burns over the image. The nice thing about the Mac is any photo you see, or a lot of photos you see on the web, you can just put your mouse over it, click and hold, just drag it to your desktop, and there it is. So we have the photo, okay, and say we wanted to put this photo in here, and so then we pick it up and we just drag it. And usually when you have a photo, you want to either do a Ken Burns on it
Or fit.
Just Ken Burns it like that. Whoops.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So there. So yeah, that's the Ken Burns on the still photo. Okay. You just select the clip, and then you got there under this one of the menu options up here. The menu is the clip menu, and there's an option that says detach audio. So you just do that, and then the audio appears below the clip. like if you open up a new project, you can go to this event and get that clip from down here and pull it up into your new project and detach the audio and use it there. And the minute you detach audio from a clip, you have to be really careful because the subject's voice is going to not match their how they're speaking. Okay. So now cutaway transition is someone speaking and you want to cut away to to keep hearing that audio of them speaking, but cut away to a different scene or a photo or something. So what you do is you select the clip that you want to cut away to or the picture you want to cut away to. You select what portion of it you want to use, pick it up, drag it in to your project. Now the difference is here, you drag it on top of the clip you want to cut away from and let it go. And then you get this long list of different things you can insert. Like you could just insert the audio. You could insert it in the, split that clip and insert that. The one you want to use is called cutaway. So now what's going to happen is
We're a very small
she's
business,
speaking.
but I cannot offer
So she's
insurance
still
for my
speaking,
employees.
and you
I really
cut
wish
away
I
from that.
could offer insurance, but I know that with the
The other thing you can do is you can move it. So now you can, wherever you want that.
Fortunately, we are a very small business, but
And see, what you want to do is where you want to eliminate the audio in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so where do you go?
Blue
The
bar.
box, and then go audio adjustments, and then the volume to 0. So you can do it with photos. You can do it with video. Very, very powerful. Makes the video look much more professional, and it's really easy to do. This tells you that if you say view playhead info, where you put the cursor is going to tell you exactly what time down to the second this was recorded. You can make things go in slow and fast motion. You go to your little blue box,
Mm-hmm.
and we took the volume down because it sounds. And there's a little turtle and hare.
Mm-hmm.
When you go under clip, you want to make it really slow, you can just make it slow.
When you want to use Snaps Pro, again, you're basically just drawing a box around whatever you want to record. So you do Shift Command 3, and that brings up the program. So this is Snaps Pro. So this little box will come up, and it'll give you several options. Selection will do like a screenshot of whatever's on the screen if you want to do a screen grab. Selection will be a one-time photo of whatever you draw a box around. But what we use it most for is movie. Okay, so you hit movie, and then you'll draw a box around what you want. And again, everything in that box will show up, so this little, just make sure it's exactly what you want to capture. Then you hit return.
Action.
It does action. So it's recording right now. So even though we're sitting here not doing anything, it's recording. Then you hit play. And then when you want to stop, you could just hit that, and then hit Shift Command 3 again.
Cut.
And it'll say cut. And that's it. So you say save now.
That's a wrap.